live. Hello, hello, hi, gigpreneur. What is going on? Welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. My name is Sean Zamy, and I'm somebody who went from corporate America to an online gigpreneur. Who knew? My pancreas shut down. It left me unemployed and unemployable. Yeah. And I fell back on nothing because I had nothing to fall back on. And so I got redirected to this whole online space and this gig economy. And now I help folks like you, like I, to start a side business online. And we use social media to grow it. If you like that idea, if you like to make some more money, bring in a little extra money, don't mind the hustle. It's not free money, right? You like it being flexible, which means you can hustle in between times, in spare times, right? And you still get it done. That's what that means. You can go to sidegigshawn.com, answer a couple things, and I'll be in touch. We'll have that conversation. So let's see if it's a fit. Let's go already. Let's go. What's going on, folks? I got an interesting one for you tonight. You know, the world of animals and just everything nature related continues to wow me. Okay, quick question: if I told you that doing the right thing can quietly sabotage nature, what would you say? Be honest. Have you ever helped an animal because it felt like the kind thing to do? Well, let me share this idea with you because this is interesting. Like turtles, right? So, turtles are known for what? Not their speed, right? So they're slow. And I've done another live on this where turtles are actually pretty quick in their environment, which is in the water. So thank you for the loves. I appreciate you. Stick around. You're going to love this one. Stary. Um, I think, okay. So turtles are really interesting. So um, stick around. I'll give you a bonus one on turtles that you're going to really enjoy. So if you ever see a baby turtle, like away from the ocean on the sand, trying to make its way back to the ocean, um, it's probably safe to say that the natural thing for us to want to do is to pick it up and what? Put it back in the water. And we feel really good about that too. We're like, oh my goodness, we got like this poor little guy had to walk all this time, so I gave him a ride, right? Sheena, how are you? Welcome, welcome. So your natural reaction would be what? To pick up this baby turtle that is really trying hard to get to the ocean. You pick it up and you put it in the water, and you feel good about what you did. And that's like an act of kindness. Or is it? Well, here's what I didn't know. Maybe you didn't know either. Get this. So when a turtle has babies, when they actually lay eggs, they lay their eggs in the sand. They don't lay their eggs in the water because if they laid their eggs in the water, it would actually die. It would not make it because they actually breathe air, right? So they lay their eggs in the sand. Now, when these eggs are hatched, that's like the race for life, right? That's when they got to run to the ocean. Now, Here's what you and I don't know, and this is where you and I come into play, and we want to kind of interfere and pick it up and throw it in the ocean. Well, here's what happens. A couple of things happens when their bellies, the baby turtles, when they are crawling on the sand and making their way to the ocean, what's happening is that their bellies are picking up micro signals, and they are storing this location. Jaden, I see you on YouTube, my man. What's going on? Consider following, subscribing, hitting that bell. You know the routine. Let's go. Um, so they actually pick, pick up exactly where they are, this location that they were born in, and as they're crawling into the ocean, they actually store this into their internal GPS. And when they get into the water and they swim, get this, 30 years from that time, they know exactly where to crawl back out to lay their eggs. Come on. Are you kidding me right now? Isn't that the most incredible thing you've heard? 30 years from the day they're born, they come out of the water no matter where they've gone all around. They come back to exactly where they were born. They crawl out in the sand, they lay their eggs there. If you pick them up, throw them in the water, you would make them lose their GPS system, and they would be lost for the rest of their lives, and they would never find their way back, and they would die. What? Are you kidding me right now? Isn't that incredible? I know, right? Sheena says, oh wow. I know, it's incredible. Now, here's another one for you. When they're crawling back to the water, their flappers, arms, whatever you want to call them, they actually are getting more blood into their blood vessels, and they're building these muscles, and they're getting stronger as they're crawling into the water, and it helps them to swim when they get into the ocean. If you and I pick them up and put them in the ocean, their flappers are not going to be strong enough in the water when they hit the ocean, and they're going to die. They're not going to be able to swim away. Wow. Now, get this. I said when these eggs are hatched, this is like the race of life, right? Well, here's the reason why. Because when the eggs are hatched, they're going to run to the ocean. What's going to happen is that birds are going to want these guys. They're not going to want them to go to the ocean. Birds from above are going to just be on top of these guys and picking them up. Crabs from underneath the sand are going to be poking out and grabbing a couple of them. And then when they get into the water, fish, all kinds of fish and sharks and all kinds of stuff are waiting for them. Imagine living that life. But so you picking them up and putting them through in the water is not going to help them at all. In fact, that is going to be not a good thing for them. Not a good thing. It's going to be pretty bad, actually. Right? Where else did you think, if good intentions, right, can still cause harm, where else do you think this may show up in our lives? Let me ask you again. If good intentions can still cause harm, where else in your life you feel like this would show up? All right. I'll give you a bonus one because I think this is a fun one. And the fun one is, I don't know if you've ever seen turtles during the day. They're pretty amazing, actually. When they come out of the water, they're maybe on a stone or what have you. Have you seen them like stretch out and do a yoga pose? If you ever seen that, drop a one in the comments. If you ever seen like a turtle like doing a yoga pose, like two legs up, and it's just amazing how they balance themselves. But they sit there like that for hours. I'm not kidding with you. Like they can sit there for an hour, 2 hours, right? Well, here's a couple of reasons why that is. One is that when they come out of yeah, they oh, you haven't seen that? You got to check it out. You just go to YouTube and check it out. But they come out of the water and they got like with the four legs, they can go with like three legs out in the air like this, and then just balance themselves on one front one. That's what I've seen, and they just can be there for a long time. But definitely they can do it for two, and they do it for like hours. They sit there. And here's a couple of reasons why. One is that when they get out of the water, the shells underneath, everything is so wet. So when they stretch out, they actually stretch out and it dries out their skin and underneath their shell. So it avoids them getting fungus and mold. Come on. Are you kidding me right now? Who thought about that? I know somebody who did. It's incredible. Number two, here's another reason why they do it. They do it because when they stretch out, they get more surface area on their skin, so they absorb more heat. And their body actually is able to store heat. So when they stretch out, they're stretching out their legs as much as they can. They're giving more surface area to the sun so they can absorb more heat. How cool is that? Another thing is actually that is a yoga pose. They actually do want to relax their muscles, if you would, because they're swimming in the water. So when they come out of the water, that's another reason why they just want to stretch out and relax. And number four, it's because it's just comfortable for them. I mean, that's just what it is. So how cool is that, right? Crafty turtles for sure. I think turtles are just I didn't know the whole sensory thing. I thought that's pretty cool. So listen, sometimes the most loving thing you can do is step back and let life do what it's been doing long before you and I. With that, hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value. I appreciate you. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your feedback below. Let this feed grow. If you feel like this is worthy of sharing, share away. Let's go. If you're not following me, multiple platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, X, LinkedIn, Threads. And I go with Side Gig Sean. I am Sean Azimi. I'm somebody who went from corporate America to an online gigpreneur. Pancreas shut down, left me unemployed and unemployable with nothing to fall back on. I got redirected to this online space, and now I help you and I to have a side gig online, and we use social media to grow it. Go to sidegigshawn.com, answer a couple questions. I'll reach out. We'll have the conversation, see if it's a fit. With that, I am signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.